Good morning. Don't know what the date is. It's Tuesday, 16th. Definitely the 16th. 56. I'm on time. I tried to get on round about 56, 55, 56. Doesn't always happen, and sometimes there's a bit of a kerfuffle to get on. But anyway, we got 4 minutes. 4 minutes of pre-ramble. Morning, Sandra. It's you must have the same cool frost that I have over there. Sandra, I did look out the door windows and think, oh, I could do the movement snack out there. And then I saw the breeze and I thought, yeah, I'm not up for being cold again. So I've opted for Sofa Zone. Just had a quick check-in with all the greenery. See how they're doing. I don't know. I'm guessing at this time of year, everything's on a pause. I've got a couple of areas of concern where I don't know whether it's just the time of year or they're giving up on me. Don't know. I've had a bit of a trim of the greenery and hoping that they're going to come through. Oh, it's frosty. I'm in me socks. It's that cold. Not even barefoots today. I'm in socks. Obviously, wear what is good for you on your footage. Thank you for all your comments over the weekend. Apologies for the movement snacks. The best I could do was some short videos out and about on account of no 5G. So those little recordings that you may have seen, less than a minute, and then I'm okay to upload those when I get some Wi-Fi in a nearby coffee shop. It's kind of one of my favourite things. The coffee was good, the food was good, the cinnamon buns were good. Oh my goodness, it's not often you hear me mention the CAKEs. But I did have one, a cinnamon bun. It's a bit of a thing in Stockholm, and it was very, very nice. So I hope you enjoyed those. Thank you for all of your engagements and making me feel not quite such a wally, stood on balconies and ferries. If it's for a good cause, I'll give it a whirl. Anyway, Sheila, morning. Odile. Now, Odile... it's not yet confirmed as kind of my weekends never usually are that far in advance, but Jesus Green on Sunday might be on the agenda if you're around. I don't know yet. In fact, still yet to book that swim. So I'll send you a private message, Odile, once that's confirmed, and we might be able to, you know, as they say, hook up and say hello, have a cup of coffee maybe. Who else is in? Margaret's in as well. That's the two M's, the Wood and the Hamilton. Margaret Hamilton did Stockholm images, bring back memories. I recall you said you had your honeymoon there. Is that right? I'm sure I read that. I'm sure I didn't dream that on that balcony. And Margaret Wood has caught up this morning with yesterday's sway already. Read that. I like to check in, see what you're all up to. Take the time to do it. Take the time to get involved. Then I love to see what's going on. That morning, mate. It's 8 o'clock already. I better get on before Super G does his thing. Hang on. Put that there for now. It's the 8 a.m, which is the top to bottom, inside out and upside down moves to get you going. DS has just come in. DS. Oh, Super G. I'm going. George, don't give me a 6249. I'm there already. I'm not expecting you to come and swim, Odile. Really, really, really not. DS is waiting patiently for snow. No snow here as yet. Morning, Carol. 8:01. Come on, because the Super G police will be in, booting me off. All right. So just to remind folks, I'm in the socks today. Not suggesting you want to be. So obviously wear the right footwear for you. Here we go with the nuts and bolts. You know what I mean? The setup, as it were. Have some support if you know you want it, bit of fingertip touch, or just being close to a fixed, firm, immovable external support might be helpful, or you might opt for seated position. So here's your standing prompts. Pick where you want to be in your aria. Area's clear, so you're going to move freely and successfully. Have weight even across both feet. Keep this gap between your feet. Just note where your feet are. Sounds kind of obvious, but when you start to move and when your attention is elsewhere as you go about your day, of course that foot position is going to shift and change. The narrower it becomes, or if your feet cross over, which they will do because that's what happens when we turn, there are these constant changes to your balance challenge. So here in the movement snack, for a walk on the spot, the prompt is have a glance, then lift and extend, and look out, look ahead, and you might want to glance back to check your feet are still where you want them to be. All of that is part of the learning, to kind of feel where your body parts are in space. And then of the movement, extra ankles, feet and toes. Try to get more ankles, feet and toes. Try to find the whole of that range of motion. Keep the nose low. Not nose. Knees. Don't keep your nose low. That doesn't make sense at all. And then you can add in other moving parts, so you can build that so you've got your arms and legs on the go, or you might want to keep it as separates. A wider position of the feet is generally going to give you better balance, a wider base of support. That makes sense, doesn't it? So there you go. Movement on the top half is going to be better supported with a wider base down the bottom. Carry on, stand-uppers. Here's your seated prompts. Into that active sit position so that you are doing the work to hold yourself upright, not the chair. Position your feet. If they're going to be involved in the Cirque boost now, bring them back a bit so your heels are comfortably behind the knees. This will literally give you more space to move. Bending through the feet, squeezing through the calves in a rhythmical pace, or at a rhythmical pace. Going to increase blood flow, which is the aim here. You might want to mix that up with top end and bottom end. So arms, take some arm marches and maybe intersperse that with some legs, or bring them all together. So the combination is for you to decide. If you do go for the full march, note that my toes barely come from the floor, and it's the feet, the pushing, the driving up of the heels that causes that movement around the thighs. This means it's more comfortable here around the hips, and you're getting more benefits around that that kind of blood shunting, shifting and Cirque boosting. There you go. Other option could be your diagonal arms, and that is pretty much a circulation boost. The most significant thing is come into a more active position and move. Just move a bit, steadily, comfortably, at pace and range that's comfortable for you. All of that increases blood flow, generates some warmth. Now you're ready for all the moves. All of these moves are in your day. They've been in your day already, actually, probably. If you've got up, had a splash of your face, or had a shower and got dressed, you have required all of these movements. Here's the first one. So 3 moves at the top end. Shoulder raises. Once you've done a few shoulder raises, aiming to build further the range of motion into the circles here. And if you're in sit, that might mean sliding your palms forward and back, or it might mean releasing your arms down to the side. If you're in stand, wide base of support, as I've said, close to external support if you should like, up, back and around. Just gradually get everything moving. Slowness, quality over quantity. It's not about doing lots and lots of these. It's about getting your full range of motion. Having prepared upright postures, having prepared shoulders and back that kind of Helps with the positioning of what's going on with your head. Now we can take the head moves. There's the turn and return. Fingertip touch here just to prompt to pause in the middle. Wait, wait, wait. Aiming to keep chin level with floor. Slow as you go. So as the head turns, there's obviously a vestibular and a visual challenge here. So just take it really slow so that your eyes don't have to work even harder to catch up. And your vestibular system, all your inner ear mechanisms have time to adapt to that movement. You will know fast, quick head movements, side to side, especially up and down, has potential to bring on a wooze. Don't want to bring on a wooze. There's your head turns. Can you feel same comfort as left and right, or do you feel a difference? The movement snacks are, you know, also a way of really checking in with yourself. What's going on? What's going on with the turnage? Here's the third movement at the top end. Fingertip touch again, just to give you that base, that prompt to move away. Chin is level with the floor, as if you are easing the head directly back into a pillow. There's no lift or dip here, and this is all part of the movements that can better get your head into a comfortable position, because your head is really heavy. So if it's not placed in the best possible place, it really can impact on comfort and movement and balance, posture positions, etc. There's the top end. So shoulders, upper back, necks have moved. Here's the second round of circuit boost. All of these prompts, you may want them or you may not. Maybe the movement snack is just a nudge or a prompt to join in with more specific movements, to be more mindful of how you move, just add in additional moving minutes and get yourself ready for the day. So maintaining movement really does require movement. So consider it a practice and a rehearsal, and just a check-in. Give yourself a big tick if you've added extra movement minutes, if that works for you. All right, trunk moves. Ready? That was just my little interlink between trio of the top end and trunk. So set up your position as always. We're about to do a side bend, so wider stance if you're in stand, or you might want the support of the front. Bend and turn. Start small, aiming for a sideways movement. No movement from the hips down. Bit of a knee bend. The weight stays equally across the feet. So have a check that as you bend, you're not releasing the feet. So there should be no weight shift across the feet. So 50-50 across the feet. Lift, extend, and then the controlled bend down and up, back to base. Have a check that you haven't gone droopy in the middle, so maintain all of that uplift and support. Maybe put in an extra ease backwards of the shoulders, and then go again. No movement in the neck or head here, all initiated from the spine, and it's the same in sit. Anchor the feet, anchor the buttocks, extend before you bend. In sit position, your hands might be on the thighs. Depending what kind of chair you're in, you may have space to release them down to the sides and then take there. And it might be that even doing that has a significant difference to control and comfort. So this position, you know, that is offering support to the trunk there. You may be feeling that you're easing into the hands to ease yourself up. It's individual. It might make no difference at all with your arms here, or it might make a significant difference. When the arms are freely hanging to the sides, that might make a difference to the shoulders. So that movement itself can offer support to the shoulder, and it might mean that is more comfortable. All of those prompts may not relate to you. Some of them might. Just pick the ones that do. Turning, so rotating all your turnables here. Set up the base as always, wider, anchor across the buttocks. No arms, just to see how how much control you have there, and initiate the movement from the trunk. And then you might just want to ease the hands. The arms and hands are just on the journey. They're just tagging along, and keep it moving. No requirement to stay over there. So it's into position and back out. Relax the arms, or just take them on the journey. All your turny bits here on the go. In sit, just check that you haven't got any weight shift or buttock lift going on. So therefore the same in stand. You might want hands on support. No arms, take them on the journey, but it's the spine, the trunk muscles that are doing all the work there. And I see, as I turn, that the sheep are back, looking a bit sheepish out there. There is your trunk turn. So that's your trunk turn without any shoulders or arms, leaving the hips behind. If you feel a hip spin going on, maybe nudge up to a table there, then take the turn, and you'll start to feel, if your hips start to nudge into the table, you've got some extra movement. That's what you're after there. Hips don't move, and then you start to see, you get this movement. You can see there the creases in my sweatshirt. If my hips move, I don't get that. Let me show you that again. In fixing the hips and turning, you get movement where you want it. If you turn from the hips and the knees, you're not getting the movement from where I'm aiming for you to get it. Back extension, third movement at the top end. Here's your sit option, anchor feet, anchor buttocks. There's the extend and return. So just here, round your middle bit. Again, for all of these trunk movements, the head isn't technically moving, it's just going along for the ride. So the movement is initiated from the trunk here on the back extension. No change in distance between the chin and the chest. If the back is extending, you're going to get this slight change in gaze because the head's perched on top, isn't it, of the body. In stand, remove any balance challenge or any sense of sway. You can do that by anchoring in extra toe scrunches, hand on a wall, so that as you take the extend, you're not feeling a weight shift towards the heels. So keep the weight towards the forefoot, knees are bent, and there's the extend. Or if you've got a wall, you might want to just walk the hands up and back down. It's a significant one for all of you upward reaching, washing, dressing, getting comfortable in bed. Is going to need that back extension, and of course that itch between your shoulder blades. You'll need it for that. Third round assert boost, fine and Ferdle flurry. Ferdle, there you go, there's a new word. You might want to take it for a wander. You might even want to go and put the kettle on. Extra ankles, feet and toes, get the feet on the go. I've got one of those little baby flies that's probably been disturbed from my pruning earlier this morning. Final flurry here, sit or stand, or some diagonals, or you might want to check in with some slightly bigger ranges of motion, even perhaps some small sideways steps, being specific about getting your balance. Maybe extra foot extensions there, and a bit of extra hip range. Anything you fancied. Consider all the ranges of motion that's going to be in your day-to-day, and get them going here in the movement snack. Here's the 3 key moves that we invite you to have a think and go at. Toe scrunches in stand and in sit, the same. Foot mobility, planting your foot pads, your toe pads down and finding your creasy bendy bit. Use support if you would like. Any weight shift has potential to increase that feeling of balance, wobble. No wobbles required here in the 8 AM. So use support, walls, chairs, door frames. There's your toe hinges. And then the ankles themselves here. Point and flex. Press the heels down. Press the feet forward. There's your ankle movement. And that point to the floor each time just gives you a spot literally to focus on. Imagine there's a spot on the floor. There's the heel. Can you get the toe in the same spot? And that means that you have got as much range of motion through the ankle. If you find that you're drifting, toe here, heel here, for sure there's movement going on, more movement going on in the hip. But if you can really keep the foot under the hip and go from here to here, you're making the most of that point and lift, that plantar and dorsiflex there. And you need that, of course, for striding longer strides. Seated options and all of that, come back, come back, come back. That last one we've just done in stand, the ankle range, you can do here from sit. Way back in full back rest here, so that the leg is fully supported. Have a look at what's going on, be specific. Can you get as much point and as much pull back? Keep this moving, you'll start to feel those sensations of calf stretch. Essentially when the toe comes back towards you, that's your calf stretch position. The difference is the aim for movement, mobility, is to keep it moving. And you can really kind of start to articulate, like get some toe waves at the end there. Then if you would like, have a hip walk forward, extra practice on your hip movements there. Then you can do your foot mobility by getting your toe hinges and your toe scrunches, and then bring all of that together with foot placement. Articulating your feet. If you wanted to, anchor the knees here, and you could put in some ankle swipes from 12 days, like 12 days of moves. 12 days of moves, or 12 favourite moves, as named by Bolton. Extra ankles in there as well. So you've got your pointy and flex for usual stride walking, and then all of those undulating surfaces, uneven surfaces, you'll need your ankle swipes as well. All right, that's it, folks. That's your 8 AM. I plan to be with you for the noon. Sometimes the day scuppers me. I shouldn't be scuppered for the noon today, but anything can happen anytime. So I hope to be with you at noon. Chaos is with you at 4. Morning, Patricia, Red Rita. Have a great day, folks. Thanks for your messages, folks. Sending bests to you, Sandra. Yeah, let me know what's going on if you would like. All right, Gillian with a G. And the Patalbot posse. Thank you, Super G. It snowed, so your garden looks the same as everyone else's. Yeah, no one needs to know what's underneath. It's a great leveller, isn't it, snow? Literally. All right, folks. I hope to see you in 4 hours. Bye for now.